What's that, Lassie? Luton Town have made a new signing? Luton Town have made their 7th signing of the season, not the 8th, as it said in the press release, because summer transfers don't actually count towards the January transfer window? That's wonderful news. Yes, Luton Town have signed Lasse Nordás. And we've signed him from Tromsø for an undisclosed fee, as per usual for Luton Town, but it's reported to be in the region of £3 million. So this is an interesting one because obviously Luton Town already have an abundance of strikers. However, this abundance of strikers are a bunch of guys who aren't hitting the back of the net right now. Will this guy, Lassie, actually be able to hit the back of the net? Probably, maybe not. Well, one thing for sure, his season finished in November and he's currently in the midst of pre-season. So he certainly won't be up and running right off the bat. And sadly, we don't really have the time to ease people in. However, we don't really know what player right now. As time of recording, it's 6:20 at the moment. And there's a lot of window to go right now. With Nordås signing, we now got to get rid of 3 players, and that is if we deregister Tom Lockyer. So the reality is, I don't know who he's going to be competing with for time. One can assume that Elijah Adebayo is out of favour right now with Matt Bloomfield, so he could be on his way. Carlton Morris has been playing, but has looked a shadow of his former self. And Jacob Brown could be an option in the middle because right now, everyone is wanting Ollie Woodrow to just please leave the building. So Nordås, he could potentially be a starter. Not right now. He's got to build up his match minutes right now. And maybe we see him for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, and then eventually a half, and then maybe the full match. Having watched a bit of his YouTube compilation stuff, he looks good. But remember, this is the Norwegian Premier League. And he's had an interesting career where he actually moved to Bodo Glimt, who are the biggest team in Norway. That they are huge. And he didn't quite set the world alight there. He was picked up, but remember, he was very young. He is still very young. He's only 22. So maybe that move to Bodo Glimt was a little bit too early for him. And it's really only this season, the past season that's just finished, where he started hitting the form that his early promise kind of showed. Some people are just late developers. Look at me, I'm saying 22 is a late developer. Not really, but there's probably a lot from him. He's good with his feet. He's good in the air. But it'll be interesting to see which players make way for him. I don't know ultimately where he fits in our team because he hasn't got that crazy speed demon pace. He might, it's hard to tell from YouTube compilations. He could be a target for all the crosses, now that we got Bowler, now that we got Ali, now that we got Doughty, hopefully playing left back so Ali can fit in on the left wing. There's going to be an abundance of crosses coming to the box, and essentially you want a head on a stick there to head them down. So we'll see where he fits in. Well, to be honest, the head on the stick, it should be Elijah Adebayo, but he's not so great with his head. Carlton Morris, he doesn't really want to throw himself at the ball anymore. And Jacob Brown, he's been favoured more out on the wing recently. And to be honest, if there is the expected exodus of Elijah Adebayo and Ollie Woodrow, one can expect that Jacob Brown might be in that sort of, he'll be in the queue. He'll be behind Carlton Morris, possibly competing with Nordås for the central striker position. But as I said, it'll be interesting to find out. And I'd like to know from you guys, do you think Nordås comes in as, once he's up to match fitness, does he come in as a starting striker? Right, so Luton Town have released their new signing press release. Let's have a read. The Hatters have added an 8th player to Matt Bloomfield's squad this month with the acquisition of striker Lasse Nordās from Norwegian top flight Tromsø for an undisclosed fee, subject to international clearance and a work permit. It's funny that they say 8th. That is including Lamine Fanny, by the way. The 22-year-old is a Norway under-21 international teammate of fellow new signing Thurlo Asgard, with 12 caps to his name after also appearing 11 times at under-19 and under-20 levels. Having started his career at Lillestrøm, Nordås moved to Strømmen in 2020 without having made a senior appearance. After netting 9 times in 26 games, he was transferred to Bodo Glimt in 2021, where he scored 6 times in 38 matches, played Champions League football before joining Tromsø on loan in 2022, making the move permanent in August 2023. In total, he's netted 18 times in 63 appearances for the Tromsø Arena side, with 11 including 2 in the Europa Conference League, coming in the 2024 campaign that finished early in December. Manager Matt Bloomfield said, "Lasse's a really exciting signing for us with the potential that he brings as well as goals at the top of the pitch. He comes in really highly regarded, but Lasse is someone who already has some good experience. So he's got good pedigree chum, woof woof, and knows where the back of the net is. He's an under-21 international, has played European football, but this is his off-season, so we've got to be careful with him and build him up slowly. Lasse's an international teammate of Fellows too, so that will help him settle. They're the future of Norwegian football, and for us too. It'll be interesting if he displaces Erling Haaland. That would be fun, wouldn't it?" Speaking after completing his medical at the Brace, Nordås told LTFC Plus, "I'm so excited to get my boots on and start playing for this amazing team. I've been watching English football my whole life, and to be a part of it is amazing. The last few years I've been hearing a lot about Luton Town, been watching some games and following it regularly. When I heard of the interest from the club, it was pretty easy. I felt ready to take the step out of Norway, and I feel this is a great step for me to take. I believe I can become better each day and also help the team by scoring goals and winning games. It's a place I feel I can stay in for a lot of years, and of course I want to make an impact on the pitch as soon as possible. I'll probably need a bit of time to adapt. But I want to make an impact on the team from day one. Welcome to Luton Town, Lasse." It's an interesting one. So I was talking to Will, formerly of Luton Facts and Figures, fellow trustee of Hatters Heritage. He is only the 3rd Norwegian-born player to play for Luton Town. If you know who those are, the other 2, get your thoughts in the comment section. No cheating. I'll know if you've cheated. It's a little bit of a fun game. But that's all from me. Remember to join us tonight, 9 p.m. We're doing a deadline day phone-in. And maybe there'll be some other announcements. We'll discuss them. We'll be going from 9, hopefully to 11. We'll see what is happening on deadline day. Thank you all for tuning in. And remember, most importantly, come on you Hatters.